I simply remember reading those, and I was just amazed. It was just such a clever approach on a character.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I did what I generally do, which is see what other people have done, and then see how I can build on them in an interesting way that other people haven't done.
Do you, after 12 years, do you feel possessive of the Hulk in any way?
I never feel possessive of any Marvel characters. The reason being that I saw what happened to Chris Claremont when he wound up losing X-Men. I mean, Chris was a basket case for him because he was so emotionally invested in the characters. And I saw when that happened to Chris, and I kind of made a note not to let myself get that fundamentally attached to the characters. Do I feel invested in the Hulk? Sure. You know, am I mildly curious as to what other people do with him? Yeah, on occasion. But do I feel like possessive, like he's my character? No, he's Marvel's character. He's, you know, and whoever is writing him at the present time is the one that's, you know, in charge of what's going to happen.
How many titles have you worked on over the years?
I have no freaking idea. I have been told by someone who actually keeps track of these things that I've written over 1,000 comic books. I have had published over 100 novels. So, you know, I've been doing this for a little while, but how many different titles have I written? I have no freaking clue. I mean, you know, I can sit here and try and name them if you would.
Well, that would take a while.
Well, okay, that's the Incredible Hulk, X Factor, The Phantom, Star Trek, Supergirl, Young Justice, Fallen Angel for DC, Fallen Angel for IDW, Spy Boy for Dark Horse, Scream for Dark Horse. Did I say Aquaman?
Nope. Not yet.
No. Aquaman. How many people, have you guys all seen the photograph that Zack Snyder put up with the new Aquaman?
Yeah.
That's my guy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not imagining it. I'm looking for going, holy crap!
That's your guy.
That's my, I mean, he doesn't have the harpoon hand. It's not a hook.
Yet.
He doesn't have the harpoon, but basically that's my Aquaman. I mean, okay. You know, now everyone who bitched about him having long hair and you know, under the sea, you know, they always show me that. He has long hair under the sea. I'm going, yeah, so the Little Mermaid. Where's your bitching? How many people wrote and said, Ariel's hair makes no sense? I love people going, he has armor. That's stupid. How does he make armor underwater? I don't know. How does he breathe underwater? You know, I accept that he breathes underwater, can survive in pressures that would crush a normal human being, and talks to fish. But armor? That's just silly. But fans choose to complain about it. I just can't comprehend it. I mean, I remember when fans went totally ripshit when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was going to have organic web shooters. And people were going, organic web shooters? That's the most stupid thing I ever heard. And I'm going, Spider-Man 2099? Organic web shooters? That was me. I came up with that. You know, nobody bitched about it when we did it in Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, that's 12. Okay, off the top of my head, 12. Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies. Yeah, Marvel called me up. They said, we have somebody writing Marvel. They said, the guy who's writing the Marvel Zombies comic book, he's written the first 2 issues, and something has happened. He's kind of flaked down to the ozone layer. Can you come in and write the rest of the Marvel Zombies? And I'm going, I don't know. These zombies aren't really, you know, my thing. And they said, it's Marvel Nazi zombies. And I'm going, Nazi zombies? Okay. I gotta do Nazi zombies. How can you not? How can you not do Nazi zombies? What a strange little series.
How collaborative is the comic process for you? I know some writers work very closely with the artists.
Well, my artists send me the work that as it comes in to me, but there's not a ton of collaboration. I come up with a story and I sit down and I write the script and I send it off to the editor. Sometimes there's collaboration when doing character development. For example, I was hired to do Avengers. Well, not it was for the Marvel Secret Wars series. I was hired to do Secret Wars 2099, which is effectively a continuation of Spider-Man 2099, because I'm working with Will Slime. And Will did the character designs on the characters. And there was a good deal of give and take on that one, most especially when it came to Captain America. Because his original design of Captain America was a basically fundamentally sexy woman in a Captain America outfit. And I said, okay, first of all, feel free to mess with her costume. Not only are we not obligated to keep Steve Rogers' costume, but I think we're actually obligated to come up with something different. I said, furthermore, when Steve gets shot up with the super soldier serum, he turns into a big, bulky guy. If a woman gets shot up with the super soldier serum, she should turn into a big, bulky woman. I want this woman to have muscles on her muscles. I mean, not Rob Liefeld insanity, but, muscles on muscles on muscles on muscles, and then they're inflated. I said, but I want her to be really bulked up. Screw the whole, oh no, she has to look super sexy thing. I want her to look like a bulked up as a woman can look. And I sent Will some pictures of women weightlifters. And like we say in honest trailers, Captain America becoming a superhero through the approved American way, steroids. So I came up with the notion that she should be built like a bodybuilder, and Will came through on that perfectly. And he thought of, correctly enough, giving her short sleeves so you can really see her rippling muscles. And the first time the pictures of the new Captain America went out, I was fascinated by the fan reaction because it was split right down gender lines. Most of the fanboys bitched because they said she doesn't look at all sexy. And every fan girl said, I love her. Some literally said they loved her. Like, I would like to go out with her or stuff. But I always said that, I thought that was really fascinating, that all the women are going, she looks fantastic, and all the boys are going, ew. So I think that should be relatively interesting.
Comics have changed a lot since you started.
Yes.
What do you think the current direction that they're going in?
Well, part of it is, if we're talking about Marvel or DC or whatever, it used to be that in comic books everybody was off doing their own thing, and if somebody guest starred in somebody else's comic books, it was a big deal, And now it seems that in order to survive, everything has to be crossing over constantly. Big mega story arcs that cut across a half dozen titles. And as much as fans tend to bitch and piss and moan about it, that's also what they buy. I write a book like X Factor in which I ignore most of the crossover stuff, and people won't buy it. The people who do buy it love the fact that they don't have to buy any other X titles. People who buy all the other X titles love the fact that they can skip X Factor because it doesn't tie in to the big story arcs that's going on in all the various X books.
Do we really need 14 X titles?
Well, I think that we need what people buy.
Yeah.
As long as people buy it, Marvel's going to put it out. Because Marvel, at the end of the day, is simply a publisher who's out to make money. Yes, we put out terrific stories, crafted by the best creators that we can get. Yes, we have a movie line that is phenomenally successful, that's bringing in billions of dollars. But at the end of the day, Marvel is not an art endeavor. Marvel is a business. They pay the bills, and they need money to come in so that they can continue to pay the bills. And if people are buying 14 X-Men titles, then we're going to continue to publish them until the time when people stop buying 14 X-Men titles, at which point we will start canceling X-Men titles and try to come up with something new that people will buy. The whole concept of publishing is trying to come up with stuff that's new before people wind up buying, trying to anticipate what the market, not what the market wants, but what the market's going to need. I mean, people, fans are always saying, why does Peter Parker have problems? See, Peter Parker shouldn't have any problems. Oh, great, if we published a book where Peter Parker had no problem, we would buy it because he's suddenly incredibly boring. And Bruce Banner would never be rid of the Hulk, because if he's rid of the Hulk, then you don't have a character anymore. That's why the first two Hulk movies sucked. Because whenever you go to a movie, the core concept of the movie is that the hero wants to accomplish something. And you go with the hero on his journey as he meets a variety of challenges, and then ultimately accomplishes his goal. In the first two Hulk movies, Bruce Banner's goal is to get rid of the Hulk. Is it going to succeed? Of course not. Because if he gets rid of the Hulk, the character's done. Nobody wants to read about Bruce Banner just being off on his own being a scientist. So you've got two movies in which you're following a character on his mission, which he cannot accomplish. It's like, going to see Lord of the Rings and Sauron gets the ring and destroys everything. It's a waste of time. That's why people didn't like the first two Hulk movies, because the hero could not accomplish his goal. Why did everyone love the Hulk in the third film? Because Bruce Banner's attitude is, all right, I'm the Hulk.